And welcome back, everybody. Today we're going to be reviewing a new product from SEESII Power Tools. Now what this is, believe it or not, this is a tire inflator. It doesn't look like a tire inflator, it looks more like a vacuum cleaner. It is actually a 3-in-1 tool. As you can see there, it is a tire inflator and a vacuum cleaner and a work light, I believe it said. And so we're going to be taking a look at this for the first time and demonstrating it. It comes with two batteries, 21-volt batteries, a charger, it's a filter. I don't know what this is. We're going to be finding all these things out in this video as we go. And so it comes in a nice soft case here. You can see here, that's one great thing about SEESII is that almost always, I think possibly always, their tools come in cases, which is very, very, very important to people who buy tools. We need a place to put them. So anyway, let me pull all these things out onto the table so we can get a better look at them. Okay, and so here we go. Here's a better look at everything. The main unit there, and we've got a better look at this piece. This is the piece that was on its side there, and it's got contacts in there, and I believe this is the light to make this kind of a flashlight. I think, I haven't read the instructions yet, and a filter for, this might be a kind of a spare filter. And we'll find that out in a second. And then the two batteries. Now my batteries came, this one completely charged, but this one is only half charged. So I will get this on the charger right away. There we go. And charge that up the rest of the way. And there's a look at the empty case. The silhouettes are all set to pack this away properly, so that you can stay organized and you won't lose your batteries and have everything all over the place, which is the good reason for a case. And we got this. Oh, hello, there's more stuff. Look at this. Okay, so this is the tire inflator stuff. Let's get this out. This is a vacuum brush. Okay, so that's a vacuum cleaner thing. And then a floor cleaner. And then a crevice tool, and then the inflator. Look at all this. So wow, always check the pockets, guys. Let me see if I can see. I don't think there's going to be anything under the silhouettes, but boy, am I glad I looked under there. And so at this point, I think that we are going to charge the battery and come back in a little bit, so that we're ready for the entire test, and we'll find out where we start. Okay, so here we go. I've got the whole thing set up here. We have dirt, and we have dirt in a plate, and dirt on fabric, and we've got the machine all charged up, and we are gonna start in vacuum cleaner mode. First off, just pulling the trigger doesn't do anything. There's a power button here you gotta press. You got to press and hold. There it goes. And there seems to be two stages. So low and high. And we'll just get straight into this. I will start, since this is just kind of the open nozzle, I'll start in the plate, and we will be using these attachments, the fabric attachments for the fabric. So let's see what happens. Closer. This is on low, of course. We'll put it on high. It's fine. You can see it going into the machine there. Okay, and so let me back out here. And we are going to put on this brush attachment. It seems to just plug right in there. Sorry about that crow in the background. Nothing I can do about it. There we go. And so now we have a brush attachment. Let's try it. Just kind of doing its thing. Probably would have been better to use the open thing. There's another one here. I got this one that is more of a large surface cleaner. Let's swap those out. Put this one on. And try this. It's going to be one of those things where it's pulling the tablecloth. That's more like it. Let me get closer here. Alright, here we go. Not bad at all, really. Considering it's an air pump. Oh, look what we did. We filled it up. It's kind of, yeah, I think this is for like smaller jobs, not the giant things where you're filling it up. But, so next thing we're going to do, we're going to cut the scene and empty it. Well, let's demonstrate how to empty it. There seems to be a latch here. And this could be exciting. Pull that. Oh, there it goes. Yeah. All right. So now we've got it emptied. Let's close it up. And let's try that famous crevice tool. And see what kind of stuff we can do with that. Let me get closer. Here we go. Not bad at all. Of course, it fills up fast. Considering it's an air pump, I think that's okay. So anyway, let's move on to the other feature it has. I think it has something to do with this. Let me see if I can figure this out, and we'll go to the next scene. And it must screw in there. Let's see. Okay, so here we go. Let's see if we can... This is the way this comes. I think they just got it screwed together for shipping. I think this screws into the top of the machine here. And like this. I guess. And so now theoretically when you pull the trigger, it will be blowing out of here. And of course you have to turn it back on. Looks like it timed out. Switch down. Let's see what we got. There it goes. Nope, I've done something wrong. There is, oh no, I'm gonna have to read the manual. Let's find out. Okay, so I have read the instructions now, and it looks like this is where you are going to be using this piece. Remember, that looked like a light on that side, and I think it is a light. But this has to be, you have to take the whole vacuum cleaner thing off of there. And this would have been a good time, oh, the unlock. Okay, no, I was right. You just got to twist it harder. And then this whole thing comes, look at that. The whole thing comes off. And then you plug this thing on. Hopefully there's something to line it up. We have contacts over here. So maybe that's going to be over... There we are. See that? And then turn that. And there. So now that's blocked. And theoretically, I think now you press the power button. And if you look really close here, you've got a light button. Let's press that. Yeah, we got a light. Of course, it's middle of the day right now. And hopefully we'll find a dark area where we can demonstrate how bright that light is. But the light works. This is promising. Turn that off. Now we got second mode. Pressing it again makes it flash. And pressing it again, flash slower. I'm not sure what's happening here. It is a function where it's doing that. Doesn't that look like Morse code, like SOS? It is. Morse code, SOS. Light, wow, that's funny. And then if you press it again, what do you got? It turns it off. Okay, so press it on, once for on, twice for flashing, 3 for SOS, but people would have to know what the code is. Anyway, let's go to the, this must be the inflation mode, if you can see there, I think. I don't think anything turned on, but theoretically now I'm hoping that means that air is going to come out of here. Okay, so I've taken a quick peek at the instructions now. It is, so I don't think that you're really going to be using the trigger for inflation. So for the inflation, you're going to want to turn it on, hold it for 2 seconds. See that? And there we go. Oh, and so this is going to be doing a kind of a funny thing. I guess you can see that. So that is saying 36. This is the button where you choose some kind of presets here. And it says it in the, let's go with the 36. And then it says to start inflating, and you can adjust that plus or minus with the plus or minus. Let's let that car go by. Anyway, and it says to start inflating, you press the stop button again, and it turned it off. Nice. So let's, maybe I just needed to turn it, barely press it. So we'll go for this mode again, we'll hit 36 again, and then we'll just hit it. And we are going to go over to the trailer. I'm going to go ahead and deflate a tire and see if this thing has enough battery power to re-inflate it all the way to 36. And let's go there now, see what happens. Okay, so here we go. We have the trailer completely on the ground. I have drained the air out of there all the way to 0. So it is on the ground, both of them. And so what we're going to do now is we're going to turn the machine back on. And so, yeah, we've got there's a kind of a thing that happens between frames on the digital displays, and so it's hard to show it. But that says 32, this one says 30, this one says 8, this one says 36. We're going to go with 36. I hope you can even see that, but the display does say 36, so I'm going to hook it up and hit start and see how long it takes. We're going to let it film in real time. Here we go. is going, I grabbed the other camera so that we can zoom in here on the display. I don't know if it's showing, but it is giving you a running total on where it's at. Right now it's at all. It's saying about 12 and a half, 13. And so it's got a ways to go, but it is definitely filling that up. And we'll see if it has enough battery to do the whole thing. We are getting close there. It says 34. The numbers go faster as the pressure gets higher. So theoretically it's going to shut off at 36. Ta-da! 36, and it did shut off. So I don't know what the time lapse is here on the other camera. We are looking at about 5:57. I'm not sure exactly when I hit the start button, but I will do all the calculations and I'll have it on the screen right about now on how long it took to go from 0 to 36 on a whole tire. So that's not bad. Okay, let's, I gotta show you something else on it. Okay, so a few more things. I have come over here to the other tire to demonstrate, because I was curious to see if you can have the light on while, oh yeah, you know what, I wanted to give a progress report on the battery so that you can see where it's at. It is, you know, it's showing 4 bars. That's really more like about 3 bars, but I think chances are pretty high it will be able to fill up multiple tires on one battery. But I wanted to see, let me hook this up and get it started, because I wanted to see if you can shine the light on there, like if you're on the side of the road and you can't see what you're doing. I want to see if you can have the light on while you're filling it up. So let's see. Oh, let's go to, there we go. And let's try to turn that light on. Yeah, light's on. Okay, now I don't actually want to wait all the way through this, but I wanted to point out this little holder here. You push in and you pull out, and this is your extra little inflator nozzles. The one on the top is for like a beach ball. Let me get closer here. For beach balls and inflatables like that, and the other one in the middle is for bike tires, and then of course the pin is for like soccer balls and basketballs and things like that, and that all goes into this little drawer here for safekeeping. So if you're wondering where that stuff is, that's where it is. Now it did get quite warm during that. It feels warm, but not too hot to touch, not with gloves on anyway. But it definitely seems to do what it says it does. It vacuums, fills up tires, and it shines a light. So it's a neat tool. It's the first time I've actually seen that combination, and I give it an A+, as usual with SEESII. SEESII makes really good tools, so it's always a pleasure to review these. So stay tuned for more. Thanks for watching, and there will be a link somewhere in the description and the top pinned comment to go get one of these. I give it an A+. So go on and check one out for yourself. All right, have a good one.